Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Good morning. Oh, this All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? If you can hear me, kindly type one in the chat box. If you can hear me, type one in the chat box. Let me know if you people can hear me. Is it loud and clear? Is it loud and clear? If you can hear me, type one. Okay. Inshiraba just said you can hear me. All right. So, happy Monday to everyone and wishing everyone a successful and profitable week. All right. So, those who have funded their accounts and you are trading live, if you are trading proprietary firm, you just have to be patient and wait for the right opportunity, the right setup. Then you execute. You get me? Then you execute. So don't rush the journey. Don't rush. If you have not seen something that doesn't align with your system or your strategy, kindly stay out. Don't just be in a trade for the sake of you just want to be in a trade. Make sure every trade you take aligns with your plan or aligns with your system, and be patient with yourself. Don't rush the journey. Your $20 is not going to make you rich in the next day, okay, or today. You're not going to be rich today. It takes time. Success takes time. You get it? Success takes time. Don't rush the journey. You have to think of long term. Build something long term. Have a long term plan. Don't have a long term plan. Okay, have a long term plan. Anything that you do, think of long term. Is this thing that I'm doing having a longevity? That's what you need to be thinking about. Don't think about a short plan. Ponzi schemes, running for Ponzi schemes just because they are going to give you returns of 5% in the think about long term. Okay, so if you really want to trade, think about long term. Don't be thinking about short term. Think about having the skill to takes time. You get it? Having the skill takes time to build. Okay, I didn't start like this. It took me I've traded 6 years now. I've been watching the chart for a long time. So it takes time. Things takes time. Okay. Skill set is built with time. You don't build a skill set within a day. So those who are rushing the process want to make it fast. If it is fast, everyone will be rich. If it is fast, everyone will just be stop whatever he's doing and just be doing it. It takes time. So that's what I would tell you for today. Yeah, so wow, the month has really run fast. So let's move straight to the charts. Let's move straight to the charts. Okay. So let's check out on gold. Let's check the fundamentals first. Let's check out the fundamental first. It's very important to check the fundamentals anytime you are trading. So Forex Factory, that's the only thing that we use. We don't use anything than Forex Factory. So let's check Forex Factory and see if there was any high impact news, there was any economic data that was released during the Asian session. So nothing was released. You don't have any high impact news that was released during the Asian session. So there was no red folder over here. Okay, so Swiss producer import price index. So there was no red folder that was released Okay, so let's check the calendar and see what you're having. So this week, Monday, we don't have any red folder. So today is a clean day. We don't have any red folder. But this week is going to be very, very volatile. We're having a lot of high impact news. So on Monday, we are going to be having core retail. And on Tuesday, we are going to be having core retail sales. On Wednesday, too, we are going to be having FOMC. Wow. FOMC. Interest rate release. Okay. On the dollar or US economy. On Thursday too, we are having the pound interest rate too. Wow, this is the news that I mostly love. I love this news. Okay, and Friday retail. So this week is going to be very, very volatile. Trading is majority of the time, most of the times the market is there are a lot of news releases. Okay, so let's see if you are going to get opportunity. And mostly when there was this news releases too, it's kind of sport things. You need to wait for the news to be released. As when maybe you've gotten a setup, you need to wait for the news to be released before you take the trade, and it's kind of worrying. Okay, and news too sometimes bring in volume, but when those news events, you have to stay patient and observe what the behavior or the action of the news before you even jump into the trade. Okay, so if you are new to the channel, please kindly subscribe to the channel, give a like to the stream too, and kindly share the stream to your friends and family too as well. Share the stream to your friends and family members too as well. So today is Monday, so let's jump into the technical part and see. Let's do some weekly outlook, what you are going to be expecting this week. So on gold, looking at gold USD, what am I expecting on gold USD? So looking at the monthly time frame, so I will first of all do my top down analysis. So looking at the monthly time frame, you have to look left and see if there was any data to your left. Okay, you need to look left. So there was no data to our left. There was no data to our left. Looking at the monthly charts, there was no data to our left. So looking at the weekly time frame, on the weekly time frame, these are the various reactional levels. These are the various reactional levels. These are the various reactional levels at the weekly time frame. So plotting out our trend line. Okay, this is where there was a shift in trend. The trend shifted over here. So this is the lowest point of the shift. So to the so I think this trend line doesn't make sense, so there's no need for me to plot any trend line over here. So looking at the daily time frame, so let's plot out our various reactional levels. So these are the various reactional levels. So there's another reactional level over here. Okay, so looking at when price is coming down, you're expecting price to come to this level before the trend will continue. So if price is coming down, looking at your left, those clean zone. Okay, clean as in clean zones over here. So looking at the H4 time frame, so the daily trend is what? Looking at the pattern trend, the daily trend is what? An uptrend. So this is where there was a shift in trend. So this is from point A, point B. So you see how multiple touches on the trend line. Okay. All right. So there was a shift in trend over here. So these are the various touches. Okay, these are the various touches. So I'm expecting price to pull back over here. Okay, this is a confluence. We see multiple tools align at this level. We have the horizontal line align with the diagonal line. So this is a potential. It's a high probability area that if price gets to this side, you can get the continuation of the trend to upside down. Okay, you can get the trend continuation to upside down. So looking at the H4 time frame, what's the trend? Okay, so plotting out your trend line, you notice that this was point A, point B. So we are getting a breakout. There was a breakout of the trend. Okay, this point A, point B. There was a breakout over here. So now the trend is what? The trend at this point at the H4 time frame is an uptrend. This is not necessary because price is not getting here any moment soon. So plot out our horizontal levels. We having points there was a point over here, there was an area, potential area over here. Price has finally broken out from the zone. There was another reactional levels over here. You get it? Yeah. So at this point, what I'm expecting on gold, you see, we buy on key levels. You don't buy at any level, any area. Okay. So at this point, what you are going to be waiting for is what? You are going to wait for price to pull back on these levels. Okay, price to give us a pullback, a reversal, either on this level, on this level, on this level. From here up to here, if price reverse, it's still a pullback. Okay, so either price will reverse over here, reverse over here, reverse over here, then we take the continuation of the trend. Okay, so the trend is going to be invalidated. Okay, the trend is going to be invalidated. This is going to be the last level. If it breaks, then the trend has been invalidated to what? The trend has been invalidated to an uptrend. Okay, so kindly give a like. If you have not given a like, you guys are just watching. You are not clicking on the like button. You are just here listening. Okay, so kindly give a like, click on the thumbs up button, give a like to the video. At least give a like to the video. If you don't give a like, it's evil. Someone giving you free knowledge, the only thing is just click on the like button. It's not going to take anything from your pocket. Okay, so at this point, where the trend has finally shifted or turned from the H4 time frame, at the H4 time frame, the trend has shifted. This is the candle that shifted the trend to an uptrend, a downtrend. Okay, the moment it broke the higher low over here, the trend shifted towards an uptrend. Okay, the trend has shifted to an uptrend. So at this point, what I'm waiting for is a pullback. Okay, waiting for a pullback. Then what? You take the continuation of the trend. You follow the trend, so you are not going to rush. You're waiting for the pullback. If it pulls back on this key level, these are the levels you are going to be taking our trades on. These are the levels I will be taking my trades on. I'm not going to take trade unless maybe we get a turning point over here in the middle of this impulsive move before I will try to take a trade. Other than that, I'm not going to base on the H4 turning the H1 turning point or M30 turning point to be taking a trade like this one, then taking a trade. I'll only be taking trades on this level, this level, this level. So these are my selling entry levels. So at this point, I'm waiting for a pullback over here, then look for a trade. If it fails, I'll look for a pullback over here, take a trade. If it fails, I'll look for a pullback to take a sell. Okay, so the last level that's, if it fails, then I'll be looking for a buy is when it breaks and close above this one, then I'll be looking for a buy. Okay, and I'll be looking for a buy. So at this point, I'm waiting for the closure of the candle, gives me a pullback, then I'll be looking for what? A trade. Okay, if H1, so H1 too, we're having this rejectional levels over here. There's a lot of rejectional levels over here, but we are going to be waiting for a pullback. If you get a pullback, okay, you can get a pullback to at the H1 time frame. If it pulls back over here, then you can take the continuation. If it's still a downtrend, then you can take a continuation. Then this point is going to be up. So you see what's happening over here. So this point A, this point B. So if price comes over here, this is a high chances or a high probability setup. There was going to be a high probability trade setup over here. You see the horizontal line aligned with the diagonal line or the trend line. So at this level is going to be a high chances or a high probability trade over here. So let's see what's going to happen. Okay, so at this point we are waiting for a pullback before, so no rush. You see price has got into a reactional level. You see as price got to this level, the level is rejecting what? The level is rejecting price to move up. Okay, there was a reactional level over here. There was a reactional level over here. Yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. There was a reactional level over here. So you see, so don't take, I've always been saying, don't take a sell when price has gotten to a key level. You see, don't take a sell when price is on support level. Don't take a buy when price is what. Wait for a breakout. If it breaks, you look left. If you look left, there's no support or resistance. Those are the zones that it is what it's advisable to be taking trades in. These are the zones it's advisable. Don't take a sell when price is on these levels. Don't take a sell when price is on these levels. So waiting for price to pull back. If it pulls back over here, if price pulls back over here, that doesn't mean you have to take sell up front. Wait for candle confirmation. So this is what you'll be waiting for. If price pulls back like this, wait for what? A bearish candle confirmation. I don't love that like limit orders. With limit orders, you are not going to wait for candle confirmation. Okay, so the only thing that is going to give you a signal that price is about to settle take off is when there was what? A confirmation. So wait for a bearish candle confirmation like this. Okay, then we take the continue. So after the candle, wait for candle closure. It's also important. Okay, wait for a candle closure. So after the candle has closed, when it breaks the low, then you take the continuation of the trend. So this is what you'll be waiting for. Don't take a sell when price tap over here. So similar thing happened on Friday, USD card at the H1 time frame. If you are brainy, if you are here, I told you about this one. So you see this one. So there was a trend line over here. So you see multiple touches over here. So this is what I'm telling you about. Okay, this is what I'm telling you about. And there was a support level too, I think so. There was a level over here. Yeah, there was this level over here. So you see the candle tested the level. So this is where you're going to. I was like recording a YouTube video. The video I just posted on my channel, I was recording it, so I didn't see it. I came and this one has happened. So this is where I would have taken the sell. You see trend line aligned with what the horizontal line. So this is the point I would have taken the sell at the H1 time frame. Okay, this is where I would have taken the sell. So maybe I would have even been stopped out at break even, because I wouldn't have allowed the trade to be run when price got to this key level. When price got to this point is going to be my break even point. When price got to this level, I would have broken even. Okay, so I would have even been stopped out at break even by this candle. So this is what I'm telling you to be waiting for or to be looking out for on gold. This is what we need to be waiting for on gold. So wait for a pullback. Okay, wait for a pullback, or wait for price to break out from this zone. If it breaks out from this zone, wait for a pullback, then you take the continuation of the trend. Okay, so that's what we are expecting it to happen. Yeah, so at this point there's no trade on gold USD. Don't rush to take a sell now. Price is currently on these levels. It's kind of a very strong level. Wait for the breakout of the candle, then you go in for what? You go in for an entry. Okay, you go in for an entry. So that's what. So let's move to the major pair. So let's move to USD card and see. So let me check BTC USD and see. Okay, there's no entry. So let's check out on USD card. So on USD card, let's do our top-down analysis on USD card. So this week is very volatile. So if you are taking a trade, you need to be very careful. Don't take trade when news is about approaching, before news is about. If you are already in the trade, fine. But if you're already in the trade and you are in profit break even, if news is about to be released, don't expose yourself to news, because news, a lot of things happens. Okay, whipsaw, price can stop you out and move in your favor. You don't want that thing to happen to you whilst you know the right thing to do. So if news is about to approach, kindly break even or allow the trade to run. Okay, so on the monthly time frame on USD card, we're expecting price to get rejected over here. We're expecting price to get rejected on this level. Okay, so with this one, bringing our dynamic support or a resistance level, this is how it's going to be like. Or maybe you start from this point. Yeah, so I think this is a potential level. point A, point B. Yeah. So there's this level over here. So let's move to the weekly time frame. So at the weekly time frame, what's the trend? So there's this level over here at the weekly time frame. There's this level over here at the weekly time frame. So bringing our trend is what? A downtrend. So you need to get this one. So it's kind of not aligned. So the trend at the weekly time frame is what? A downtrend. Okay, so there's no reactional levels over here. So this is a key level. Okay, this is a very strong level that if price gets here, it can get rejected. So you're expecting price to move to come to this level. Before it will even make a U-turn. Okay, this is what I'm expecting. Price to come to this level before it will make a U-turn. So let's move to the daily time frame. So at the daily time frame, looking at your left, so you see there's no support or resistance over here. So price or the candles are free to move to these levels. Okay, looking at your left, there's no support or resistance levels. So price is free to move to this level. So you see when there was no support, you see how freely the candles it flows smoothly to this level and fill this whole area. So let's move to the H4. So the daily time frame trend is what? A downtrend. Okay, so bringing your trend line or your dynamic support or resistance. So this is the daily time frame. This level is what? I think the monthly or the weekly time frame. So moving to the H4 time frame. What's the H4 trend? The H4 trend is what? A downtrend. Okay, H4 trend is a downtrend. So price is kind of not clear. But we need to try and identify them, plot them out. So there was one level over here at the H4 time frame. There was another level over here. Okay, this one is kind of not clear. Let me change. Yeah, so these are the various levels. There was another level too over here. So those levels are kind of reactional levels. Anytime price will get there. So you see, if you watch this candle, as price got here, you see how it's left or it gave an exhaustion candle. You get it? So it tells you what? Sellers lost control over here. This is an exhaustion candle means what? Sellers have lost control. Okay, sellers have lost control. So buyers took over. So you see the number of times the candles have tested these levels. A lot of times, a lot of exhaustion candles. So what's the guarantee that this candle is going to break? Very low, less than 50%. So for you to get to take a sell, let's wait for candle closure below this one, then you take a sell to this level. That's what you need to be looking for. Wait for candle closure below this one, then we take a sell. You get it? So at this point, let me delay this one because it's no more valid. At this point, what I'm going to be waiting for is what? Bringing out our levels. It's kind of not clear. So at this point, I have to wait for, since the daily time frame trend is what? Weekly is a downtrend, daily is a downtrend, H4 is a downtrend. What we are going to be waiting for is what? We can't take a sell over here. We need to wait for a breakout, pullback, then we take the continuation of the trend. That's what you are going to be looking for. You are going to take a sell over here, or if price decides to come back, then these levels are going to be our targeting levels for a sell. These levels are going to be our targets for a sell. Or if price breaks over this one, below this one, then we go for a pullback, then you take the continuation of the trend. Okay, so that's what I'm expecting. So the downtrend is going to maintain only when all these zones gets respected. If it breaks above this one, then what you'll be looking for a buy. But at this point, since it still maintains, this impulsive move still maintains, I'll be waiting for price to come to this level, then take the continuation of the trend. So that's what I'm be looking for on USD card. Okay, so there's no entry to on USD card. It's Monday, so Monday you need to relax. Okay, you need to relax. So on USD CHF2, this pair is kind of very disappointing. So on USD CHF, doing our top down analysis on USD CHF, doing our top down analysis, looking at the trend at the weekly time frame. These are the various reactional levels. These are various reactional level. There's another reactional level over here. Okay, so you see, this is the zone this is the tradable zone. This is the tradable zone around how many pips? 25 pips zone. Is it 250? Yeah, 253 pips, 270 pips range. So looking at let's move to the weekly time frame. At the weekly time frame, those are the various reactional levels. So scrolling. So this is the current market price. So at the weekly time frame, if price come here, these are the various turning points. Okay, so you have clean zone to your left at the weekly time frame. So since you don't take trades on weekly time frame, because our stop loss is going to be very wide, okay, the pip range at the weekly time frame is kind of very huge. Your stop loss is going to be 137 pips. It's very big. Okay, so at this point, the weekly time frame trend is what? A downtrend. The trend at the weekly time frame, price made low, high, low, high. You see, so we are waiting for a pullback, then we take the continuation of the trend at this point. So moving to the daily time frame. What's the daily time frame trend? The daily time frame trend is also a downtrend, but you see the importance of the levels that I mostly plot out. As price got to the level, you see what's happening. So you see how the body of the candle just closed on the level exactly, and it is just pulling back. You get it? It's just pulling back. So at this point, the daily time frame is a downtrend. So let's plot out our reactional level. So this is the reactional level. So you see the level aligns with the horizontal line. So at this point, I'm expecting price to come to this level, then look forward a sell. So let me move to the H4 time frame. Let me look at the H4 time frame. So the H4 time frame trend has shifted towards an uptrend. So mostly I focus on the H4 trend. So since it has shifted towards an uptrend, I will be looking for a buy, not a sell, to take advantage of. So this is going to be a counter trend at the daily time frame. Okay, because I'm a counter trend because I'm trading against the daily trend. That's fine. H4 is cool. If you trade against the counter trend at the daily, it's cool. So this point, price has broken out from the zone. This is where there was a shift in trend. There was a shift in trend over here. Price just pulled back. We're expecting a continuation of the trend to this side. You get me? So this is the decision we can be taking over here on USD CHF. So bringing our trend line, so there was point A, point B over here. It's kind of not aligned perfectly, so it's not necessary now. So what you are going to be waiting for, price is currently sitting on this resistance level. So for us not to rush the journey or rush the trade, I'll wait for a breakout. If it breaks out, breakout is kind of, I've missed the move. Okay, if price breakouts, I've missed the whole of this move. This is the level, this is the area I should have taken the buy. So if it breaks out, I don't want to be like, I just want to just hop into the move, hop into the train. You can't just be hopping into a moving train. This is a moving train. Hopping into a moving train, you can just be what? You can just fall. Okay, you can so wait for the plane or the train to settle down. So when it breaks out, I'll wait for the plane to settle down. Then wait for a pullback. Okay, I'll wait for a pullback, then take the train. Continuation. That's what. So if price pulls back, I think things has calmed down. Okay, there was calmness in the market. If it pulls back, then I'll go in for the continuation. So this point is going to be my target. If price gets here, I'll take profit. Okay, so at this point I'm waiting. So this is a counter trend at the daily time frame. It's against the daily time frame trend, because the daily time frame trend is what? A downtrend, but it's pulling back. Okay, so we can take advantage of the move over here, but I have to wait for a pullback. We need to wait for a pullback, then we take the continuation of the trend. Okay, good morning to everyone. So that's what I'm expecting it to happen. So this one, you are not going to be in the move for long because it's against the daily time frame trend. So it's just a short-term move. So don't be in the move for a very long time. So if price breakout, I'll wait for a pullback, then I'll take the continuation. As I said, the breakout is like jumping into what's a moving train. So you have to wait for the train to land, or the train to what kind of stop, then you enter. So this point you are going to enter over here. So you are going to be getting multiple levels around this. If it happens, it breaks out. So this is the level we will be taking the trade. So this is going to be our entry level. This is going to be my entry level. This is the level I would love to take a buy on. Okay, so let's see the H1. So the H1 trend is also what? A downtrend. So it needs to break out, pull back, then we take the continuation. Yeah. So that's it for USD CHF. So let's move to GBP USD. So on GBP USD, looking at the monthly time frame, these are the various reactional level. Who is calling me by this time? Yeah.
Because I was thinking if you can give me 6 crowds. Used about 2 previously. That was 2024 was the last year. Yeah. I was traveling, so I didn't really have the time, but I made 2 of my guys join by this time around. I'm here, so I wanted to also fully participate.
Okay. Mostly I even charge more than that, but I've considered you.
Okay. All right, so I'll do and get back to you.
All right, sir. So if you finish, you send me a proof of payment on this number.
Okay, that's all right.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So at the monthly time frame, there was this resistance level over here. There was another resistance level over here. So this is GBP USD at the monthly time frame. So looking at the weekly time frame, these are the various reactional level. Okay, so currently price is kind of testing this level over here so you don't have to overlook. So you see, if you want to see the importance of the level, you get it. If you want to know the importance of the level, you see the candle tells a story. The candle is like a language. It speaks to us. So you need to always pay attention to what the candle is saying. You see exhaustion. So buyers lost control over here. How many times has it tested this level? So what's the chance if it has tested this like multiple times like this? It tested this one, it tested this one, it tested how many times? 3 times. It has tested this. it has tested it. This way sounds. It's rhyme. It has tested it how many times? 3 times. 1, 2, 3. You get it. So what's the chances that this one is also going to break? The chances are very slim. You get it. So you have to, the only thing that is going to confirm that this move is going to happen is what? Wait for candle to close. Wait for the closure of the candle to confirm that, because this candle deceived those people who think, like those who took an impulsive move thinking that, oh, the price is going to continue to this side. You see what happened? It deceived them, and what price started coming. So the only thing that is going to it is very important, or it's, how should I even put it? The best way to take a buy is wait for the candle to close above this one. If it closes above this one, then it's confirming that what the trend is going to continue to the next zone. Okay, the market move from, as I said, the market move based on the traders' behavior. Okay, traders' behavior, price react to what they mostly think. So if price move to this break above and close, we are expecting it to head to the next zone. Okay, so that's it for the weekly time frame. So moving to the daily time frame, at this point there was another key level over here. This turning point is very, very important. It's very simple. At the daily time frame, okay, at the daily time frame. So at this point, what's the daily time frame trend? The trend is what? An uptrend. Okay, so trend line is not close. The trend is what? An uptrend at the daily time frame. So moving to the H4 time frame, the H4 time frame trend too is also what? A downtrend. So the zone over here, we can't take a buy over here. The zone over here is choked. So you see this daily zone is aligned with what? The H4 zone too as well. So the zone over here is very choked. This is not a tradable zone. Okay, so this is what we call no trade zone. No trade zone. No trade zone over here. Okay, so the best way to wait for this one is wait for price to break out. If it breaks out, wait for a pullback, then you take the continuation of the trend. So this is the area you would love to take a buy. This is the zone. Okay, so looking left over here, so I think this kind of chubby price action over here. What is the current market price? So this is the current market price. So a lot of rejectional levels. So when I see price action, price action like this on a currency pair, I run. I don't even try to force things over here. A lot of reactional levels, a lot. So this is kind of price is going to range. So I'm not even bothered to take a trade over here. A lot of range. Okay, so I'm not interested in GBP USD. The only time I'll be interested in taking a trade on GBP USD is when price maybe has broken out. This is the zone I would love to take a trade in. This is the zone I would love to take a trade in. Okay, or price can just, or I'll allow price to break out. I'm not interested in this breakout, this impulsive move. I'm not interested. If it pulls back, then it has created what? A new zone. Okay, then I'll go in for a buy. So that's what I'll be looking for. That's what I'll be looking for. If it breaks out, I'm not interested in this breakout move. If it pulls back, then I'll what? Look for a continuation of the trend. So that's what I'll be looking forward to take on GBP USD. Let's watch NZD card. My boss is saying let's watch NZD card. Prenny is saying let's watch NZD card. So with NZD card, looking at the higher time frame, at the monthly time frame, a lot of rejections. What happened over here? So what zone caused this one? So let's change it to a line chart and see. So you can see there was a reactional level over here. There was another reactional level over here. Okay, so this candle has closed. So this level has been invalidated. So there was another reactional level over here. There was another reactional level over here at the monthly time frame. So let's move to the weekly time frame. Yeah, so with the weekly time frame, this is a clean area over here. Okay, so as price is pulling back, as price has broken out from the zone, you're expecting a pullback to this level before it will get invalidated to what? An uptrend. So let's move to the line chart, change it to a line chart. So this is the weekly time frame. So you're either going to wait for it. Looks like the previous candle opens or close with no wick. Okay, so that's why we are seeing this deep pullback. So we are waiting for just a flip. Okay, we are looking forward for a flip. We are looking forward for a flip to take advantage of this zone. So let's look at the daily time frame. Wow, the daily time frame too is also giving us a clean areas. So this is a zone over here. So you see how the weekly level is aligned with this level over here. So this is not magic. This is common sense. So the daily time frame, the trend is what? A downtrend. Looking at the H4 time frame. So the H4 time frame, this you are having a clean zone to this level. Yeah. So at this point, it's kind of in a range. Okay. So since you are going to be looking for a sell, let's bring out the trend line and see. Yeah. So at this point, what you are going to be waiting for, you have to wait for a breakout of this zone. So you need to wait for price to break out. If it breaks out, pull back, then we take the continuation of the trend. So at this point, I'm not interested in the buy. Okay, price, you see these levels are very strong. This is weekly, this is monthly, daily. This is very strong. So don't this zone is no trade zone. Inside this zone is what you call no trade zone. This is danger zone. Okay, no trade zone over here. So unless price has broken out from this zone before we take a trade. So this is no trade zone over here. This is no trade zone. Okay, so you have to wait for price to. We are not interested in a buy. We are interested because the daily time frame is a downtrend. H4 time frame is a downtrend. So you need to wait for price to just break, pull back, then you take the continuation to fill the whole of this zone. And if you are lucky, it can come to the weekly level. Then this point is going to be our target. This zone This area is going to be our target. Okay, so this is going to be our target. Yeah, so this level is going to be our target. Yeah, so no trade zone at the week this area. So let's see what gold is doing. Yeah, so you see how gold is still reacting on the level. See how important the level is. Don't rush. Okay, you see how important the level is. Very, very important to wait for price to pull back. Then we follow the trend. Okay, so we have done NZD card, GBP. So let's check out GBP JPY too. So with GBP JPY, looking at the monthly time frame, on GBP JPY, so this a reactional level over here. There was another reactional level too over here. So looking at the weekly time frame, there was another reactional level over here at the weekly time frame. So what's the trend at the weekly time frame? The trend is what? An uptrend. Looking at the daily time frame, there was a reactional level over here. There was another reactional level too over here. So what's the trend for the daily time frame? The trend at the daily time frame is what? An uptrend. By looking at, you're having a lot of consolidations over here. So let's see what the H42 is saying. So the H42 is also what? An uptrend. So that means you have to look for what? A buy. But since you're having a lot of reactions, so you see price got rejected over here, it got rejected over here, it got rejected over here. So please understand that this level is very, very important. You get it? This level is very important. The only time you can take a buy is wait for price to break above candle closure, not what? When an ongoing candle. You don't take it's not confirmed that it's going to move up when the candle is ongoing. Wait for a candle closure above this one, then we take the continuation of the trend. You get it? You take the continuation of the trend. So at this point, I'll wait for price to break out, or let's say maybe we can get a trade over here. So maybe if candle close, the range over here is kind of 23 pips. Yeah, we can take a day trade over here. So if this candle close above this one, we wait for, currently price broke out, so you wait for a pullback, then we take the continuation of the trend. We are not going to take an impulsive buy. Yeah, then we take the continue. If price pull back, then we take the continuation to fill this zone, even though the zone is like 20 something pips, so it's kind of it's enough, but I need to check where you are going to place your stop loss to as well. Okay, you need to check where you place your stop loss. Yeah, so at this point I'm waiting for price. The candle should close before. Okay, let the H4 candle close before. If the H4 candle close, then I'll be looking for what? A buy. So bringing the trend line, yeah, it doesn't align well. Yeah, so that's what I'm expecting on GBP JPY, but it's Monday, so it's kind of take it slow. So let's check my favorite GBP card, which is my favorite. GBP card is my favorite. So on GBP card, okay, on GBP card, my favorite pair, the monthly time frame, these are the various turning points at the monthly time frame. These are the various turning points at the monthly time frame. So looking at the weekly time frame, yeah, so there's point A, Yeah. So at the weekly time frame, you're having another reactional level over here. At the weekly time frame. So let's move to the daily time frame. So the daily time frame trend is what? A downtrend. Let's see if you can get multiple touches. So we had a multiple touches over here. So this is a very strong level. There was a strong level over here. There was another strong level over here. So moving to the H4 time frame. At the H4 time frame on GBP card, it's kind of testing the level. You get it? Price is currently testing the level. Let's see. Price is currently, yeah. So you see the number of time price tested over here, tested. You see it tested it over here. There was another test over here. There was another test over here. How many times? One, first touch, second touch, second swing point, third swing point. It's only this level that didn't get to this side. So you're expecting this one to get to this side. So now this is a strong level. This is a potential level. You get it? So at this point, this is the level we are going to be taking our sell on. We are going to be looking for a sell on USD GBP. So this is going to be our sell level. This is going to be our sell level. You get it? If price gets here, you'll be looking forward to take a sell. So at this point, price is ongoing. So you need to wait for the candle to close. Candle closure over here. You wait for a resistance, then we take a sell. That's what I'm gonna be looking forward. Okay. So at this point, I'll be waiting for the candle to close around this side. Wait for a resistance. Then I'll look for a sell. Yeah, then I'll look for a sell. So I think so far this is the high probability trade setup. Okay, so you need to wait 9 o'clock. This candle is going to close. If it's closed, then we look for a sell on this one. So this is a strong high probability trade setup. So let me see the pip range. So the pip range is like 35 pips. Yeah, it's okay. 35 pips is okay. Yeah, so GBP card is on top of my watch list. On top of my watch list. So since AUD card and NZ card mostly moves together, so the same thing that you are going to be expecting on. Okay, I think this one too is also kind of close to a level. Yeah, a lot of ranges over here. Yeah, a lot of ranges. It's in a range. Yeah, so that's it for the one. So far as we did our scanning, so this is my morning. Mostly this is what I do every morning. I scan through the pair. So as we did the scanning, the one that is going to be having a high chances of playing out is GBP card. After analyzing like 8 pairs, GBP card was the one that was looking good for what? A sell. Okay, so my fellow traders or my fellow gentlemen, please keep an eye on GBP card at the area at this. But before that, I'll wait for you having like 1 hour 15 minutes for this candle to close. So I'll wait for the candle to close before I'll look for an opportunity, which is going to be like 9 a.m. So after 9 a.m. then I'll wait for a resistance to also be created. Very patient, wait for a resistance to be created, which is going to be around maybe during the New York session, the New York Stock Exchange session. Then I'll look forward. Then I'll look for a sell. So this is looking good. JBP card. So kindly bookmark or maybe put it on favorite and JBP card. So is anyone having any question? Kindly drop it in the chat box if you have any questions. So this month, kind of, I've not gotten any trade this like. So we are hoping this week is going to be a good week. Okay. So Friday there were a lot of opportunities on gold. I saw some opportunities. I saw a buy over here. I saw the sell. I saw a buy. Okay. But all the same, we are looking forward to. So gold has broken out. Yeah, so don't rush. Wait for a breakout. Then what you going for? A trade. Yeah, so if there was no question, is anyone having a question? Yeah, so we are in fresh week. What you have to do is what? Just stay patient, stay calm, wait for the right opportunity. Then what? You execute. Have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you are what? Definitely going to fail. So make sure you've tested your plan. Okay, that's how you plan your week. Have a system, everything in place. Then when it happens, you execute. Okay, when a setup happens, then you execute. Don't fear, execute. All right, so if there was no question, see you all next time, or see you all same time, maybe next week Monday, or it varies, it depends. So see you all. Bye bye. Adios.